Governor Greg Abbott is ordering ERCOT and the Public Utility Commission to audit data center projects before they can move forward. The company behind it, Temple Data Center, says it welcomes the review. Our Juliana Jackson has more on what the new guidelines mean for projects and for the people who live near it. Juliana.
Yeah, Bailey, Rowan CEO tells me the company is ready for this new oversight because the governor wants answers to some of the questions we've heard from people here in Central Texas. Who pays for the power infrastructure, how much water these facilities use, and what they mean for the communities around them.
Are we getting a good deal? And that is exactly the right question they should be asking.
Governor Greg Abbott wants the state to get those answers before data center projects move forward.
How do we do the right thing by the communities that we're operating in? What does it mean to be a good neighbor? Like, what does it mean to be a good development partner?
Abbott is ordering ERCOT and the Public Utility Commission to audit data centers advancing through the grid's interconnection process. ERCOT is considering more than 474 gigawatts of connection requests. That's more than 5 times Texas's record peak electricity demand. About 90% of that new demand is tied to data centers. One of the first questions the state wants answered.
And the goal is to ensure that we're not shifting any cost to power our Rowan data centers onto any other electric consumers in the grid.
The state wants projected water use, where that water will come from, and how each facility will keep its servers cool.
Do a one-time fill, and then we'll often run those systems for 10 to 15 years without having to fill again. So we already use a really minimal amount of water in our facilities.
The state also wants to know about tax incentives and other public financial assistance.
At the end of the day, the communities have a right to know, and also it's on us to tell the story and give that information.
The company says it has already disclosed expected electricity and water use and says the statewide standards give developers clear expectations.
You know, we see the governor's mandate of basically telling developers, like, you've got to do this the right way, and we've got a lot of good ideas about what that looks like for Rowan, and we're excited to engage on what that looks like for the governor's office as well.
Abbott says the audit must be completed before a data center project moves forward through ERCOT's interconnection process. And if a project doesn't meet state and ERCOT requirements, the governor says it will be denied connection to the Texas grid.
All right, glad you talked to them about that conversation. Juliana, thank you.